Hi everyone, and welcome to Certified Business Solutions YouTube channel, where we discuss business related matters. My name is Dr. Alex Kamau. We are a registered company that offers auditing services. We offer tax consulting services, and we also offer bookkeeping services. It's something that we have been doing for the last 15 years. This channel, Certified Business Solutions YouTube channel, we created it so that we can bring solutions to the problems that many business people are experiencing. In that case, today, we will be discussing the challenges that small, medium business owners face in terms of creating a team that they can work with. As we are aware, most technicians, be it electricians, plumbers, carpenters, masons, they usually work as one-man army. You call a person to come and do something for you, and instead of coming on time, if you had agreed that he will report at your place at 9, maybe you want some bulb changed or some bulb holder changed or some socket or switch, he tells you that he will come at exactly 10 in the morning. But guess what? He comes at 11 or sometimes even at noon. And the explanation that he will tell you, he will not tell you that he delayed because there was a traffic jam. He will tell you he delayed because he was in another meeting with another client, and the meeting took so much time than he had expected. And that shows how this person is overstretched. And the reason he's overstretched is because he doesn't have a reliable team to work with. Sometimes these people, they fear that if they impart knowledge to someone else by showing him or her how he does his work, this other person might run away with his clients. And it is a very bad mentality, because I would call it is a scarcity mentality. Instead of having scarcity mentality, people should have growth mentality, that you do your work. And actually it is Richard Branson who said that business people should treat their employees, actually business people should train their employees so well that they can live. But again, they should also treat them so well that the employees don't want to leave. So if someone follows that mantra, that concept, you will be free to train your people, and you will be free and sleep well at night, knowing well that even if they are very good at their art, at what they do in your company, they will not leave, because you have been treating them as human beings and not objects. Now, the procedure that someone should use, that we should use to move from a one-man army to a full-fledged team that can take orders across the country, from Kisumu to Mombasa, from Turkana to that other side of even Machakos. Now, every company starts with one person. And the moment you employ another person, now you are the boss. There is a power, there's something called, I'll take you through 5 points, and each point starts with P. That is the first step is you acknowledge that you are the boss, and that boss is position. So the first P is position. Once you start a company and you hire the first employee, of course you are the boss to this person. This person will follow instructions that you give because you are the boss. If he doesn't follow instructions, he doesn't get paid. If you don't take it to the next step, then this person will only be following instructions from you because he has to, not because he wants to. It's like you're using command instead of using goodwill. Now, instead of doing that, you need to inspire this person to consider you to be the boss. You act as a role model. And in this instance, you model. If it is a technical job, like being an electrician, whenever you book an appointment with your client and you want your employee to follow you, always ensure that you arrive on time, because you are modeling. You are acting as a role model. If it is work that is to be done, of course, arrive on time, have a plan for that work, then organize that work, coordinate the resources that are required for that work. And when it comes to execution, do not cut any corners. Don't leave any stone unturned. And this employee that is looking up to you as a boss, he will have everything to admire you, because he would say, when I grow up, even if he's older than you, he will still say, when I grow up, I want to be like my boss, because you have the position, yes, but again, you are modeling. Now, we now proceed and graduate from position. We go to something called permission, and this is the second P. And that other side, we had the first M, and permission goes with the second M, which is mentorship. Now, permission is now when you grow the relationship with your employee. Don't treat him as a piece of machine. Don't treat him as an object. This person is a human being. Try to understand what are his strengths, so that you can be able to capitalize on his strengths. And when you do that, he will feel appreciated. He will be able to achieve the objectives of the organization. He will not feel frustrated. And where he has weaknesses, try to work on those weaknesses. And more so, if you realize that there are weaknesses that he doesn't want to work on that, then capitalize on his weakness, on his strength. Then you can be able to complement. And that's why we encourage partnership, because my strength, it could be your weakness, and my weakness is your strength. So when we work as a team, then we create a formidable team. So permission, treat this person as a human being. And how do you do it? With the second M is you do mentorship. Mentorship is when you take the lead, and now instead of being selfish and being scared that this person might learn so much, just that you have learned, and you might say, and I've seen places like in universities, that the doctorate students, they are usually frustrated by professors, because professors, they don't want to mentor these PhD students, because they feel once they graduate, they will be like them. And now they will start competing with them in terms of getting consultancy work, in terms of even getting classes to teach at the university. So you'll find a professor being so mean, they frustrate. Actually, a program that should go for about 3 to 5 years, it goes even for 10 years. And I will tell you, for my PhD program, it took me 9 good years. 9 good years. I started in 2014 and I graduated in 2022. Because there's that lack of mentorship. Because someone feels that this person will know so much, and I will start experiencing reduced demand of my services. So don't worry about that. You are a technician. You know, the moment you create these technicians, if you are an electrician, if you are a plumber, if you are an accountant, you create that team that you will work with. Now you will stop being a technician, and you will also grow. You cannot grow unless you empower other people. So, permission. After you have created permission, we go to the next stage. That is now the production stage. Now, at this stage, it's not like the position stage, where people were following you because they had to. They had to. Now, at this point, they are following you because they want to. And now at this point, the organization is able now to see results of what these people are doing, because they are self-motivated, they are self-driven, they require minimal supervision to do what? To work, because they have realized that even you have been able to align their interest with those interests of your organization, so they know whenever they are working, they are also gaining. And the best way to do that is now by monitoring. Allow them to take the lead. That is the third M. You monitor. The first M was that you model. The second M, you mentor. They were watching you doing what you do, what your organization offers. If it is a plumbing job, you are the lead plumber. They are seeing you, of course, connecting the pipes. But of course, you are training someone who had gone through the college of plumbing. So right now, what they need, they have the skills. You are mentoring them to acquire the skills because they have the knowledge. So the third M is to monitor, allow them to take the lead. Now, take a step back, or you can even grab a seat and sit down and watch them do the work. But you'll not go away. You'll not distant yourself from them. You'll not get out of the picture. You'll still be there to give instructions, to encourage, to give instruction where you see they are yet to be very fluent in whatever they are doing. If it is plumbing, you might find that they are not following the process the way it should be done. Maybe someone wants to connect two pipes. He has applied some glue. I think they call it Tangid. And instead of allowing it to dry, the person wants to just fix right away. Now you might interfere and say, no, give it a bit of time so that it can be able to do what? To dry and cure before you join the two pipes together. So you are monitoring. If it is like you are training someone to drive a car, when we were in the first M of modeling, you are driving the car, he's observing. The second M, you are mentoring. As you drive the car, you are telling the person, you know, when you want to overtake, you have to check this lane using the side mirror of the right-hand side. If you want to overtake on this other side, you have to check the side mirror. You are giving instruction, you are giving guidance. Now, at the point that you are monitoring, now you move out of the driving seat and you sit on the passenger seat, and now your trainee, the person that you are mentoring, takes on the driving seat. But you don't step out of the car. You are still in the car. And you're telling this person, I can trust you. I know you are good enough. You have the ability. What you just need is to perfect your skill. So when the person is driving and sometimes you feel like he's getting off-road, you are there to tell him, no, this is, steer the car that other side. So you monitor. And monitoring is going in line with the production stage of the 5 Ps that we are talking about. Now, we move from the production now to the people development. Now, as the leader, your organization has started to grow. These people can trust you. These people are now working because they want to, not because they have to. And now you have started to, whenever you get an order, assuming even you are a painter, you have been given an order to go and paint a house in Kilimani. Now, initially, you used to go by yourself. Now, at least you are going with a team of people. So an order that would usually take you 5 days, it is now taking you 2 days. And as you do that order, you execute that order, you are mentoring them. And now you have also started to monitor them. You are allowing them to do the order as you watch. Now you are becoming some sort of a manager, not a technician. So you take that order in Kilimani, Kileleshwa, Lavington, Westlands. Now your company is becoming more reliable and it is growing day by day. Now, what do you need to do? After now production, it is now people development. That is the 4th P. People development. And when it comes now to when it comes to the M's, we started with you model, we came to mentoring, we came to monitoring. Now we are on the 4th M, which is to motivate. We have talked about people development. You now have realized that you have now enough number of painters. And now you have ceased to be a painter, now you are a manager. Now start developing these people so that as you continue stepping up yourself from a technician to a manager, now you also want some people also to grow from that technician level and to become a manager like you. So now at this point, you do people development. You offer some training for them. You encourage them to attend workshop. You encourage them even to log on YouTube so that they can search for how to do different techniques, how to do a certain operation, how to do a certain project, and you are telling them the secrets of your trade. Now you are not scared. And these people, and you know, whenever they acquire more knowledge, whenever they acquire more skills, at the end of the day, it is your company that is growing. People development. And this other side, we started with the first M, model, mentor, Then monitor, motivate. Continue motivating them. Tell them that let them not just think about themselves as technicians. Let them give them the big picture. Let them envision, empower them. Because a person is not known by how powerful he is, but how he's able to empower others. And people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Show them that you care, not only that you know much. Motivate them. People development. Now, from people development, on the side of P, we started from possession. We came to permission, production, people development. We got to the last one, pinnacle. Now, you remember you started with a small organization, the possession, then permission, then production, you have a team. And with your team, the organization goals and objectives were being met. And now all of a sudden, you realized you needed to create more branches. So it is no longer the one money company. It is no longer a one branch company. It is now a multi-branch company. Now, what do? Now you want these also people to also be able to run different branches by themselves. Pinnacle, you become like now the industry leader. You know, when we talk about Jeff Koinange in terms of the media industry, now he's not even an icon here in Kenya. He's a global icon. If today he wants to go and work at CNN, he has achieved that status. When we talk about Omanyala, there is a time he used to be unknown. 2 years ago, we didn't know him. But now he dominated athletes in terms of his county, of his origin. He became a national brand here in Kenya. And now, just the other day, he was #1 in Africa. He's considered the fastest man in Africa. Now, he has reached the pinnacle. And now, and of course, we know when these footballers, whenever they retire from being an active player, they now go and become coaches, because now they want to also bring forth other people who are as competent as him. They share the knowledge. They give out what they know. And even presidents, when presidents they retire, like now President Uhuru Kenyatta, after he has retired, he did not go to Gatondo. He has been given an active role by African Union to act as a mediator. In case there are countries that are not agreeing with each other, then he goes there. Because now he is, of course he started at Gatondo. And there is a time, even in Gatondo, he couldn't even be able to get the seat of an MP. Then it came a point, he was able to get an MP. At some point, he became the deputy prime minister. And then at some point, he became the president. And now he's beyond Kenya. He's now a global leader. Now that is pinnacle, what we call, in other words, self-actualization. On this other side of the M's, we started, you model, you mentor, you monitor, you motivate. Now here, you multiply. And now, when you multiply, now you remember the story about you training someone to be a driver. And we started the guy, you are driving, he's observing. Then the monitoring side, that time you are modeling, and you are also mentoring. Then it came a point you were able to get out of the driving seat, and that time, that's when you started to mentor. That's when now you started to monitor and motivate. Now at this last stage of multiply, then you get out of the car. And you have so much trust and faith that the new driver will be able to take care of himself. And not only himself, he will be able to take care of the other pedestrians. You will not hear that he has caused accidents. And you will have no worries, because you will be knowing that you will also take care of that car. And that's why now you get out of the picture and you give him the blessings. that he can go and multiply. Just like when we were created, God said, now go forth and fill the world. You give that person the power to fly, the power to explore. So if we go back as we finish, if we go back to our original story, if you are a plumber, if you are a technician, an electrician, a mason, a carpenter, who is struggling or who is fearful that if you give people the skills that you use to run your business, that they might run away? That is scarcity mentality. And you will die a poor person. You need to leverage on other people. You need to use these people so that even when you are not at work, some people are working. So that you cannot be able to subdivide yourself. You must be at one place at a time. But when you grow your company, the services of your company, remember, they are required in Kitale, they are required in Mandela, they are required all over Kenya. Will you be there all the time? So, tuache woga, let's be confident, let's be bold, let's empower others, because when we empower others, we also empower ourselves. As I conclude, what Richard Branson said, train other people well enough so that they can live, but treat them well enough so that they don't want to live. Remember to subscribe. We are happy. Our YouTube channel, number of subscribers have continued to skyrocket. Yes, and we have faith, we are confident that we will continue to impact knowledge, to impact, to give advice to business people so that they can grow and become more than we are, more than ourselves, more than even themselves they have ever thought about. Because a good teacher is a teacher who trains his students, knowing very well, I am a teacher, I am being paid 30,000, but in this class, I'm also training politicians who will be paid 5 million in a month. I'm training medical doctors, I'm training engineers, I'm training architects who will go there and be paid more than me. And that's who we are. Certified Business Solutions. We say as it is, we model, we mentor, we monitor, we motivate, and we multiply. Thank you.